Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm just setting up my system, so give me one moment. To see if I'm able to share my screen. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, now my system is all set. Hi, Kamal. I'm doing better. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. Happy Father's Day to you as well. So, guys, we still have 4 minutes. Hi, Vani. Hi, Kunal. Good evening. I hope you all had a good long weekend. I was out for like last 7-8 days because of my hand. Now I'm feeling better, so I'm able to manage the mouse. So I thought let's do a live today. Hi Shrini, hi Premi. Thank you. So guys, in the like I was looking at the levels in my sheet. Last time we did was 8th of June, and Microsoft was 325, now it's 345. Netflix was 397, now it's 430. Nvidia is 400 something. PayPal is up. AMD is down. Apple is up. Tesla is 260. We had substantial rally in the stocks. Now, if you look at ES, right? If I go to my market watch, you look at ES, the trend is all up. The 12 by 30 is up. From a Heikin-Ishi point of view, yes, they're not there, but airlines, Apple, Adobe, they're all doing really, really good. Yeah, I'm doing much better, Vani. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So let's start from the scans. Let's see what we have today. And I think tomorrow, if we have a little bit of pullback from the tech, which I expect, not substantial, but a little bit, but the momentum and the trend is really, really solid in the tech companies. So any opportunities which gives you a dip, I'll be a little biased towards them. But we have good solid news on airlines, like Airbus got a massive order. China is doing really good. So we can focus ourselves around that. Hi Prakash, I'm EC. So I'm just starting from my scan, inside day. I'll start from inside week if I can find something on the inside week. Okay, so Google is really, really in a very tight zone. Google and Coin. Coin I really want to bring in because Coin is really, really down. And if you don't want to try Coin, you can do Mara or Right or MSTR, which are Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin has been really up in the last few days over the weekend. So these are good opportunities towards Bitcoin stocks. But I really want to add, we have Coin, like Mara is already there. Google is inside week. So let me just make a note first. So Google is inside week for me. Inside week. Coin I'm interested is also inside week. Let me see what I need to pull out. Zoom, like there are many like people who are focusing on Zoom in the last few days. So we can talk about Zoom. It's also inside week. FedEx have earnings, yes. And FedEx have earnings tomorrow. So let's see what's in the store for FedEx. Usually, FedEx is the bellwether of the economy, telling you how the economy is performing. So it's going to be really, really interesting. So we can check on the open interest. We can check on any kind of setups we have on FedEx, and then like plan for it. Hi, Devinder. Hi, Vamshi. Hi, Vijay. Hi, Ajay. Hi, Manish. Okay, so let's look at the daily scan. Oracle is on a rep. I'll be really interested to add Oracle on any rep. Splunk, Uber. Uber has been like really, really moving. Since they posted their earnings, it has never looked back. I think when economy is doing much better, Uber will perform really significantly stronger. So keep an eye on Uber. So I'm not picking up Oracle, but Oracle is really, really good. If somebody wants to try, I'm just making a note. Because like doing all these stickers is really, really tough in one night. So I'm gonna pick up something. Uh, let's look at bearish candle patterns. Honeyman, Evening Star, Dodgy Star, none. Any bullish patterns? No. Let me just check on 1234, where 34 crosses 12, because now we are a little pullback. So let's see if we have any. None. In the last 30 minutes. So Amazon is turning bearish. Costco is turning bearish. Amazon is 34 crossing 12. All right. So Ashish, if I knew CarMax will run, like I would sell everything and put my money on that. So nobody knows what's going to happen. See, ER plays are the plays which are most likely your luck. If they work out, they work out. Nobody, I mean, to be very clear, nobody knows what they are going to be. If you place on both sides, that's fine. If you can place on one side, it comes your way, then you are an expert. If it doesn't, then you are a Dumbo. But I really, really think people who claim big wins on ERs, they're just lucky. But yes, they're lucky. They're doing good. No complaints. But there's nothing to do with any of the analysis in the earnings. Sometimes really good earnings, everything is solid, guidance is solid. They can screw up on their conference call. Same thing, everything is really ugly, bad, and they can like vibrate it in the conference call. So nobody knows what's going to happen in the earnings. You will see an enormous amount of flow in one direction and in the other direction. End of the day, nothing moves, and you just eat a premium. So I'll say it's luck on the earnings as compared to any analysis. All right, guys. So I'm going to start. Yes. Let's go to the chart. ES. So ES is once it crossed 73.8% Fibonacci. Like my aim is 45, 47, which is right there, which is the 100% move of this Fibonacci cycle. 78% is a back test, and which is around 43.95, not too far from where we are, like about 40 points, 1%. So I think it will allow that green EMA to come over, and somewhere here it will collate with each other, and that will be a good solid base. The moment we lose 78, then I think we need to think about some serious declines, because then we have a gap which we need to fill, and a failure of 78 will always bring it back to 61. So 120 point opportunity is there. So market is all about support and resistances. So market was finding support here, it hit, and now it's hitting the resistance. Now, once it is getting the resistance, it needs to find the support. This is the first support, 43.95. which is really good. If it doesn't find the support, then it should find the support for the gap or right here at the 34 EMA. On the top, it needs to clear 4495, which is right there. If it does, and this was the previous high as well, if it does, only then it will clear 45, 47. So this is all solid. And if you remember, previously we were talking about 4280, and the moment it was holding here well. The moment it went and closed above this solid area, purple line, it has never looked back. So the breakout is there. The momentum is solid. It's like green for DMI, but I think a little cool off is not bad. Like we have a complete morning star setup. We had a, like, you want to call this a shooting star, you can call this a shooting star, but I really want the third candle to give me an idea so that I can call this as an evening star. Right now it's a shooting star because it's a hammer on the top, right at the top. Okay. Plus we have Fed's governor speaking in the morning. So I'll be thinking that yes, if we get some kind of pullback, that will be a really, really good opportunity to buy. So the momentum is really positive on ES, but yes, I want to short it for now, or and my shorting area is 4450 and below. So stop loss is 4450. 4450 is my zone where you will see this number, the gray line right there. This box, the bottom is 4450. So I'm considering this like under the red line, that this is my resistance. So I would like to have a short towards it. My goal is to find support somewhere here, which is 4420-ish area or at 4395. So on the day of FOMC, we came close to 4395 area and then we bounced. So this is going to be a really, really solid support. So again, I don't see aggressive sell, but in case it happens, then we need to be careful. So 4520, 4420 and 4395 is my area. This is a shooting star for now, or I would say potential evening star on daily. And we are well away from our 12 EMA. So a possible move to test the support. Back test, a move to back test support. I'll say 60% here, 40% positive. Now, in case we have to sell, what is the prime area? You can sell anywhere in between 4440 to 44. Like this was the high 44 40. So let's take the low from here. Sell below 4438. Also, let me just check the book map for this, especially for ES, so that we know that yes, it's doing good in terms of order book or not. As far as order book is considering, I'm just adding a 15-minute chart. 4460 is a tough area to cross, and then we have support at 4430 area. So in case you find 4430, I would say take a cue, because in the last 2 days or so, since Sunday, it's holding that 4440 area. So it's a good solid support, 4435, 4430. So it's a good area. So I will just make it 4430. It's a very small range, but that's what it is. If I see the next, I don't see much orders after this. On the top side, my stop loss is 4450. Same thing. I want to buy above. I'll go to my chart. I want to buy above this area, this blue line. So this blue line is 44.6568. So on the high side, it's 15-point stop loss. My target is 4495. And 4547. And I think if we get a failed breakdown, look out for that. Probably around 4430, 4425. So I'm going to mention it. Look out for a failed breakdown near 4425, 4430 area. And I've explained failed breakdowns in the past that if it goes around 4425 and then come back above 44, like 10 points, 4435 area, then it's a failed breakdown. If it sustains here, it means the price has accepted the resistance and now it will continue to go down. It's a very simple strategy, but it's a very useful strategy, which I've learned. So this is 60-40 on the ES. Let's move on to NQ. Same thing, NQ is also showing a shooting star or a potential evening star. Same setup, stop will 15,260. 15,260. It's for both sides, plus and minus. And 4060 is there. It's a potential evening star, same setup. A back test here. So I think if we hold 260, the low between 1522. So low here 15,220. If we lose this area, the body here, in the top here, which is 210 to 15 area. If we lose that, I think we have potential towards 15,107, because that's the opponent like high here. That is a good area to test right there. And then this is the next area, 15,000. So it will also allow 14,904 to move up and they collide with each other. So exactly similar pattern to what we have in ES. So 15 to 20 is the low. Stop loss is first target is 15,107, 15,000. Same thing, potential evening star and can test. On the contrary, if we can break above like this area, 15,350, which is really like a big number to cross. Or I would say, and in this case, 15,300. I'll take a little bit. So this is the candle. If we can go above, like this candle was high of 322. If we can reach the open here and the close here and the open here, I think we should be fine. You have to pay for the book map, yes. Then we should be looking for 360, 475, and in my charts, I see 15,996. So I'll not go that much, but that's the potential which is possibly there. So 15,360, 15,475. Same thing, look for a fake breakdown. If it makes a new low, like around 220, 15,220, and come back above 15,250, that's a fake breakdown. So same 15,260 as an important area. That area is this area. And again, because we are extremely stretched, and you will see the DMI is showing really solid. I have removed the DMI, but let me add the DMI here. EMI. It's the color positive. Red ADX is black. You see, the strength is significant, and this has been rising. And if you're following DMI, you will clearly see that the strength here is extremely significant. So any time you come on a dip, it's get bought, and there's nothing here on the negative momentum. So DMI is really good if you want to see the trend, if you want to see the momentum. All right, I usually have like these labels over there, so I don't need it. But people who want to see, you can add the DMI over here. It's a default option which is available on the Thinkorswim screen. So we have levels for NQ, triple Q, triple Q got rejected from 161.8 Fibonacci level. Same thing, but it's not a shooting star. It's a higher low. And I think if we can lose 366, that will be a turning point for QQQ, because that will bring the candle inside this regression channel, and then we can hit 358 and 361. I think 361 will provide a really significant entry if you want to try. So triple Q, same thing. Area is 366 because we are moving in this direction. So 366.50 is our stop loss. See, for every trade, we need to define our stop loss first. What should be your action plan? Then our target should be 361.45 and then 358.63. I think 358 will be a really good opportunity, really good opportunity for triple Q. Sell below 366 and buy. You can buy above 368. Target for 371.5 and then 379.33. So there is significant area for upside on triple Q, about 2.5%, 3% from where it closed. So keep an eye on that. Okay. So same thing, if you want to see a fake breakdown, look for a new low below 366 and come back above 367. But I'm still 40-60% bearish because I think a little bit cool off is really good for the market so that it can like allow users or not users, allow people to come back and go from here. Apple is doing really good in the last few days. It has hit new all-time highs, and Apple and triple Q is exactly similar in chart. Now, for me, Apple has a potential. Like, if you really want, I would be a buyer on Apple with this area of 183.39 or in this area. I'll be looking to buy rather than showing a short on Apple. So I'm neutral. I want to buy with a stop loss of 181.75, which is the 12 EMA, 181.75. Buy near 183. If it comes to 183 area, that's perfectly I'm waiting for 61.8 Fibonacci, which is a really solid support. So I think it should hold it. If it fails the 12 EMA, then we have to think again. But as of now, I think 181 should provide significant support to Apple, and nothing has changed in terms of market trend or market direction. And as I said, we have opportunity towards 15,996 or 45.47. So Apple should play a significant role in that. Targets are 187, 187. So for me, targets are 187. Apple is a slow mover, so 186, 187.75. Back test of 12 EM and 61.8% Fibonacci. AMD. AMD has shown signs of weakness uh, since they have done their what you call the event, and somehow I feel that it's setting up M pattern. And last time 38.2 Fibonacci was 118.6, provided significant support. Now it closed below the regression line, below the 12 EMA. So as of now, the trend is showing negative. So if you want to see the trend, right, you can go and change the Heikinesi and you will see that the candles are turning red. It still doesn't have a flat top, but it is like kind of converging into that. So I am gonna be like looking to short. My confirmation is like below 118. I think it has gaps to fill. So AMD is short, clearly short. Sell below 118.6, which is a 8.2 Fibonacci. So we should write it's a failure of 12 EMA. Rejection from 61.8% fib. Usually test 23.6 fib, which is 111. Not 3. So any trade like which is like this should be really, really good because it is negative and it has to cool off. It is giving us all the signs that yes, if it goes down, it will go down really, really quickly. So you can keep a stop loss of 120, which is right there. If you want to try early, you can try and sell it off. The targets will be like this is the gap which needs to be filled. So the low was 115.67. Let me just confirm again one more time. 115.8. And then we have a test right there, 112.45. And if everything persists, we should hit 108.90. So AMD is really, really potential mover for tomorrow. Amazon, Amazon and Google, like they are in a very, very crunchy zone. Like you see, usually you see like this, it's look like a bull flag. But you're come on, clear it. Because you are going like this. It's holding here, and the top is not getting broken, but the lows are getting higher. So we are making higher lows, but not higher highs. So this is usually a bull flag, a bull parent, but the only problem is every time it tries to attempt, it is not able to break out of this blue line or the regression channel. It's struggling really hard. So one thing, if again, if we manage to hold this 124.30 area tomorrow, I think Amazon will be the first one to run. Uh, I don't know if there is any catalyst or something, but Amazon has to do some gap fill to 134 area, which is right here. I'm waiting for it really, really for long, long time. Amazon is consolidating like Google. So keep an eye. If it holds 124, take a long on Amazon. Prime Day is in 2 weeks. Yes. So you can have a run towards Prime Day possible. But usually in the last few years, it has not run into the Prime Day. That's what I've seen. But again, it needs a catalyst to push. Maybe this time it can. So my stop loss is very clear, 124.30. If it loses 124.30, I'm not touching it. So right here, this is my actual 124.30. I will say it has crossed 34 below. So 34 EMA crossed 12 EMA on 30-minute time frame. Loss of 124.30 will create a failure of this flag. We should short it. That's Amazon. So buy near 125-ish if it comes, and target is 127, 128.41. We need to be very careful with Amazon. If it loses 124, it will come down to 120. Okay, I'll just mention for 120. Baba, the Baba from 87 has run really solid to 92-ish area, and 92-ish area is a good solid support, but it has created the gaps. So Baba is possible to move in the next few days because China is trying its best to like be positive on all the policy point of view so that all the companies get a really good support. But right now, it we need to be careful that yes, if it comes below 23, then I think it will come down and around 88, 89. So I'm not in a rush to take Baba, but I'm definitely like to wait for Baba to come to 90-ish area so that we can fill the gap and with a stop loss of 89. So Baba is now neutral for me. I want a stop loss of 89, buy near 90. Let it fill the gap. It fill the gap. Target 92, 95. I'll make it 88. The Baba is really good setup. What we need is possibly a gap fill. So keep an eye on Baba. Cat has done its job, so I'm removing cat, bringing coin. I'm not sure whether coin will even allow us the opportunity because coin should gap up. It has like if you see coin is consolidating in this 67 to 53-ish area. Even if the negative news were there, that coin has through SEC, it's still in this flag zone. So anything or anytime it crosses this 34 EMA, okay, which is 57.25, I think we should be looking to uh, test 62, 65 area. So coin, or again, I'm saying if you want to do Mara, you can try Mara. So Mara, Royet, or MSTR, all these can run really good. And with AMD, you can also short SMCI. Coin buy above 57.25. That's the 12 EMA. Stop loss is 56.60. And coin has really bad spreads. So make sure you enter like after a good due diligence. 61, 65.50. Or you can look into Mara Right or MSTR. They should be doing the same. It's inside week, so the breakout should be really solid. So if we look at the weekly candle, inside week, I think if it can draw 63, it's all in the game. It can really, but I will not consider this inside week because it had a massive news, and then from the massive news, it's trying to recover. So we can ignore that for now. Crowd, or no, I don't want to do crowd. Crowd has done the job. Let's do FedEx. So FedEx has rallied, and you see FedEx is consolidating between 235. It was kind of creating a flag which broke out, and then it's holding. Now the only problem here is that the DMI here is not so significant. The momentum is solid, but the DMI is not there. So we need to be careful with FedEx. FedEx is the bellwether, and let me see the expectations on FedEx, because as far as I know, this will show the consumer sentiment. If you see the long-term chart, this should act like not should act like an inverted head and shoulders. Yep, FedEx has earnings tomorrow. So either it goes above 235, then it will cross 254, 275. Now, my only concern is every time you see it is right there, look at the ADX, the black line. It's going down. It came right here, it is down. It came right here, it is down. So when you have strength which is down, I really don't know whether we should buy at this moment or we should wait. Let me also check its option flow. FedEx. FTX. So FedEx UEC, not a significant data, but 10, 15, 265 calls. Let's see if we have 265 calls were like 115, and then is 118 plus 86. So tomorrow morning, we need to see whether there's an addition into that open interest or not. Because this is 1,100 calls. That's the volume we see, 1,500. So how many of them translate into an option interest increase? If we see an increase, that means that somebody is setting up for 265. Let me also check on the historical, maybe from 1st of June to 19th of June. Let's look at FedEx. So I see that there are on 515, there are FedEx calls which are there. 630, 675. Hmm. 265 to 714 calls, 223. 630. 210. So as of now, like you see 240 calls. This is the big call which was done on 2nd of June and 667. The open interest is still there. So this was 650, 652. So somebody has sold 240 calls of September and it's still holding it. So right now, I'm not sure whether they were, because these were edition. So let's check. Let me just spend some time on FedEx right now. FedEx 9/15, September 15, 240 calls. 240 calls. They are at 1050, 1060. So this person has not gone out. This person has actually seems like added the calls and still there with it, and the stock has moved from 221 to 235. So it looks like solid. Let me just check one more. And guys, if you have anything, you do let me know. So here we have 292, 234, 34, 536. I think they were out on 16. So they added 260 calls right here. And that was the addition, 1300. Now we need to see tomorrow whether that was cooled off, because 200 and 200, 400 something is out there. So all in all, it's not a clear, because I need something which is like for the same time period, same expiry, and same strike. That will give me a confidence that yes, everything is set up perfectly for that call. And I don't see it as of now. Let's take 237, 615, 615, 615. This is expired, so it doesn't matter anymore. What we need is expiry of 623. And I see, let me filter it a little more. Otherwise, I will check FedEx tomorrow in the real market, see how many 740 calls were sold. 714. There's only one. That is the problem. All right, I'll check on FedEx. I don't see anything significant, but let's look at the chart. Looking at the chart, and this is how we do the back testing. Okay, so this was the area where it had a dividend and an EPS of 437, and it did a gap down. Now at that time, this was really, really high, and the strength was not there. This time, and that's how I do myself the back testing. Like I'm just sharing it with you so that you can also validate. This was the earning, and this was the gap. 344, we had the red really high. The strength of negativity was there, and the positive momentum was not there. So it kind of sustained down. Right here, there was no strength and didn't move much. So this time when we had the gap, we had the green up and we had the black. So this is exactly similar what we had the last time. So if FedEx is going to move, I think tomorrow could be a really solid move, because 78.6 Fibonacci has not been like broken in the last few days. 254, possibly 275 is there on FedEx. All right. So let's add FedEx instead of crowd. FTX. I'm positive. Again, there's no level for it. Uh, it's inverted H and S. My Let me just change the Haikinishi. So Haikinishi is saying is solid. Stop loss is 227.85. So if it comes around 227, I will love to add it. 227.85. Buy near 228, 230 area. Break above 235 can lead to, yeah, it's a break of 235, leads to 254. And you can trade UPS if you want, or JB Hunt. I need to just check what's the outcome of JB Hunt. I'll also check that. Because JB Hunt and FedEx and all those companies, they work like hand to hand. Google is consolidating really ugly in the last so many days. Like I'm sick and tired of it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 weeks. 4 weeks in a tight range holding the 12 EMA. That is some strength. So if we lose it, that will be really difficult. My stop loss is very solid, 122.35. So Google is 122.30. Buy if you can cross 120. Yeah, 123. You can buy here. If it crosses, then it's a negative. But 126, it needs to cross 126 to, because we see, we have seen the cycle of AI. AI started with chips, then moved on to Tesla, moved on to Apple, Microsoft, then Netflix. Amazon and Google are still not moving. So maybe they will move in the next leg up. So 127 and 34. That's Google. IWM or Russell. I think Russell is holding that 38.2 Fibonacci level. Really solid. What it has allowed the 12 EMA, which was well away, to come. So 184 is extremely good support area for IWM. I think if we can buy the dip around 185.50 to 86, that will be really good. It's a 38.2 Fibonacci, which is a solid support. Then the next support is coming from the 12 EMA. I think 194 is ready. So I will keep this in blue. Meta, I really don't want to do Meta because it doesn't stop at all. Every time it comes into this 12 EMA, it just goes on and on and on. I don't know how they are going to uh, leverage it, but right now it's a massive move. Everything is away from the support. It got a resistance right here, and then it is coming down. I'll be more than happy to add it at a support, but not short it at this moment because the trend is really solid. The trend in Facebook is really solid. The DMI is solid day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, weekly, monthly. So it's hard for me to reject. But every time it has come here, it has come down to the 12 EMA. So if like you want to be a really aggressive trader, I would say take a snap on the short side with a stop loss of 282. 282. Sell below Friday's low, which is 280. And then look out for the support. And I'll be a buyer at the support levels. 276, which is the high of this candle, 276.50 and 273.30. 276.30 or 50 or 273.30. Buy above 282 for it is in the gap 289. If it does a gap fill of 289, that will be really, really remarkable. But try only about 282. Microsoft is making new highs, all-time highs, exactly similar structure than Apple. I'm going to avoid Microsoft. It's like difficult to trade Microsoft at this time. Either it comes to 334 or I will avoid. Let me pick up Oracle. Instead of Microsoft, let me pick up Oracle. So Oracle is in like massive move since the earnings, and even before the earnings, like a breakout above 99, it has moved 25%. So even from a point of view of entering, this is really dangerous. But if it holds 124, yeah, 123.50, I'll take a shot at this. Oracle, I'm neutral. Buy near 124. Stop loss 123.50. Look for 127.50. Let me see in the last 5 years. Oracle has not come into this area. Wow. I think 130 is a significant number. So Oracle, if it holds, it can do 130. I'm keeping it neutral because it has, again, run a lot. So any cool off is good. Then we have Netflix. Again, Netflix has rallied a lot. It's a clear evening star, 100% evening star. I should not ignore it. Sell below 430. Netflix is short. Evening star on daily. Sell below 430. And stop loss is 436. Target is 418, and then the gap 409. 418, 409, 5. It's a clear evening star. So whenever we have evening star, it's a bearish pattern, solid to short. Nvidia could have been a short, but it's kind of holding the long-term trend line. The momentum in Nvidia is so solid that anything you want to try, it's not giving up at all. So unless it loses 419, I do not have any negativity on Nvidia. So I'll try to see if it can hold Nvidia around 419. I'll try to buy a dip 420, 422, and then 430, 437. and sell below 419 for 400. So we have PayPal, Roku, Square. Roku I'm not doing, I'm doing Roblox, PayPal or Square, you can choose one of them. So let's see PayPal or Square. So PayPal is finally breaking out of all the negativities. It's breaking out. Let's see if it holds this week. 65.50 is a stop loss. It has come over the 34 EMA. So again, it should follow the financials like JPM, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. PayPal, Square should follow this. So I really wanted to buy in the zone 66. If you can get 66, 66.50, I think PayPal can really move along with the bank. 67 and then 73. PayPal is 69.70, 73. Roblox. Roblox is one of my favorite setups. Like it's holding that 40 area so significantly. The momentum is solid. It just needs a strength. I think that is coming. Probably like once it crosses 43, it will just like boom. It's waiting for that kind of move. It's a very big. If you see, this is a very big inverted head and shoulders, which is setting up on Roblox. And Roblox is the first company in the metaverse where kids are actually playing. It's the first company which is actually generating revenue in terms of artificial intelligence and metaverse. And I think it's time for them to jump. We have this at the bottom. I've not seen the strength at this level in the past. And whenever we had this, followed up by the massive move. So I think we should see some serious move on Roblox if it holds that 40 area. So right now, I really want to try Roblox with a stop loss of 41. Buy near 41 to 42. Like extreme like stop loss is 40.35. 40.35 is really, really solid support. So if it comes, 1234 is consolidating. I think it's a really good opportunity. Between 41, 42, 44.75. And Roblox could be the next big mover. And 48. Like Shopify was, Roblox could 48. That's my take on Roblox. Square, PayPal are same, so I'm not doing it. So I'm doing BA. It is my favorite stock. BA has finally, after years and years of consolidation, the first close above 219. First solid close above 219. Now, the only caveat is whether it's a fake breakout or fake breakdown, I don't know. We need a solid follow-up. If we can cross 223, I think we are good for 240. 223 has been the pain point for BA. So BA, I am positive. Stop loss is 219. Buy in the dip 220, 221. Target is 228. 232.65. Like it's really, really under-owned. So people can really, really check on this BA. Last one is Tesla. Tesla also like moved up in the last 13, 14 days, significantly up. It's showing sign of cooling off. but I don't know whether it's going to cool off or not. I'm going to keep a stop loss of 259. Tesla 259. Buy in dip 259.60. If it holds, I think it should fill the gap. 265. The gap was 262.47. I think it filled the gap then. Fill the gap. 265.50. And then we have 280. I'm going to add one more row here. And one for Zoom. I'll copy Tesla. And on the short side, sell below 250. 255 was the area. Yeah, 256.50. 259. Target is 250 and 238.60. I'm giving 50-50 because Tesla is Tesla. If it changes direction, it changes very quickly. So it's a 50-50 on Tesla. Last one is Zoom. Zoom, like, I don't know. It's really, really solid inside week on Zoom. It's kind of consolidating. The earnings were not so significant, but it's still trying its best to break out. So I think I would give a try for 75 and 79 for Zoom. 75 and 79, stop loss of 66. I'm giving a positive view on Zoom. And buy around 70. Buy on dip 68 to 70. That is Zoom. What do you need for notes on your Roblox? I don't have any notes on Roblox, Heath. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. I'm going to post this information on Twitter. Just have a look. If you have any inputs or any additional details you have, please share so that I can also take a use or can use that information. But thanks for joining in tonight. I'm not taking any questions tonight because I am still on my medicines, so I'm feeling really sleepy at this moment. But hopefully tomorrow will be a day where we could be very specific, stock specific, and look out for the big Dow stocks for the move. That was not applicable. That was not applicable. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you very much.